So starting a new YouTube channel is crazy. I've done it once before and I thought it'd be a lot easier the second time around. It's not. Not a lot easier anyway. It is a little easier having a pre-existing knowledge of how to record, script, edit, upload, tag, thumbnail, description, title, etc., etc. That was all a big help. At the end of the day, though, making a new YouTube channel from scratch is kind of like building this new face for yourself online. And it takes a lot of work. And it's also an exciting adventure most of the time. A lot of people don't entirely understand the mindset, I think, or the thought process that goes into building a channel or making videos. And to be honest, I don't think it's something that's easily explained. It's kind of just something that you got to experience. But regardless, today I thought I'd just kind of turn on the camera and talk about the things that I'm doing in order to not only learn to be a better booktuber, but also to just kind of create this new face of mine. So far I've put out a few book reviews and several writing videos and one tag video. And the writing videos are largely NaNoWriMo prep, and for the most part, people don't watch them. In retrospect, I thought those would be a lot more popular. They are a ton of work compared to doing book reviews or tags. When I started this channel a few weeks ago, I thought I'd really try to straddle the line between AuthorTube and BookTube. And what I'm finding is that getting into BookTube is significantly easier than AuthorTube. And partially it's just, I don't know my way around AuthorTube all that well. But I think in large part, getting into BookTube or my experience with BookTube has been largely influenced by three things. And those are Discord, the BookTube community, and just the popularity of tag videos. Discord for me has been phenomenal. I spend a lot of time just hanging out in particularly the Poptimists Discord. And I'll put a link to it in the description below if you want to come check it out yourself. But when starting a new YouTube channel, it can be daunting to feel that alone almost. I mean, you put yourself and your own thoughts and your own vulnerability into making a video, stick it out on the internet, and then nothing happens for a while, particularly when you're just starting. And so being able to have that sort of core group of friends, to be able to see some familiar faces around and have talked to them or at least chatted with them in Discord chat quite a bit, has been hugely uplifting for me. I've spent some time actually playing video games, mostly Overwatch, with the Poptimist. I've been working with a BookTube viewer or fan named William, he's had various shout-outs throughout the community because he maintains this subreddit of a collection of all the booktubers that he knows about, and people find that rather useful. Also being able to ping ideas off of Pip from Pip Reads, Ghost Reader, a guy named Miguel Luis Alvarez, who is a Spanish booktuber, just to name a few, has been incredibly helpful as well. The BookTube community has also been really open and welcoming. The very first day that I published any video, I was welcomed by Paul from Paul Reads. Within just a couple of hours, he was in the comments section. And that just floored me. When I started my first channel in gaming, it took weeks before I got my first comment, and it wasn't a pleasant comment either. So just having someone reach out from the community, say hey, welcome, was a great first experience. Everyone else in the comments has been, for the most part, very welcoming. Even the people who don't have the same reading interest as me. I think that maybe not everyone, but a lot of people kind of understand this idea that reading and writing specifically are becoming fairly rare among people that you meet. And even if we don't have the same interests, the same preferences in literature, that we still kind of got to support each other a little bit, or at least encourage each other to continue reading and continue enjoying this pastime. And I think that just the general idea of the size of this community helps people to be more welcoming. Lastly, I had an experience recently with another booktuber that gives me a lot of hope for the future. I had this idea for doing a collab video. Now, in my previous channel, I didn't do a lot of collab videos because there's a lot of this mental gameplay of, oh, I've got more subscribers than you, so you're benefiting more from us doing a collab. And in general, it's a lot more cutthroat when you're doing gaming videos. I had this idea for doing a collab, and I reached out to a booktuber who had commented on one of my videos. I had watched some of her videos, and she had mentioned that she was interested in finding some new and creative ideas for content. And I pitched the idea, and she's actually entertaining doing this. We have sort of an overlap in our reading interests in fantasy fiction. And so I said, pick a book, and after NaNoWriMo, maybe in December, let's see if we can make this work. And so I'd really like to see where that goes. That's really exciting for me, because that's something that's an avenue of content creation that is new to me. And I think that collabs are essential for building a community, helping smaller booktubers grow, and also just kind of building friendships. There's the friends that you kind of talk to on and off here and there, and then there's the friends that you've actually done stuff with. And I think those, the latter, are friendships that have a chance of actually growing and becoming something more, something more lasting at least. And so I'm really excited for that. Lastly, I mentioned tag videos. I've put out one tag video, and honestly, it seems like tag videos just sell themselves. They seem to be a standard or principle for this community. People look for them, they search for them, they show up in your suggested results all the time. And they're easy to do. The format is given to you by someone else. You just answer questions. And so that's another experience that is new for me. Tag videos in the gaming community, I don't think specifically if your channel is about a particular game, the community's on the game. People are in-game talking to their friends. They don't go to YouTube to meet people. They're there to get information of how to play the game better. And so the tag videos didn't seem to be all that popular in the gaming community, whereas here they are much more of a bread and butter type video. So because I'm feeling like I've established such a social foundation already among BookTube, I'm thinking I'll probably focus more on that for a while. I still want to do the writing videos, and I'm still going to do the NaNoWriMo vlogs, the ones that everyone does where they're lying in bed and they hold the camera up above themselves and yawn and talk about how much writing they didn't get done for the day and how they're worried about the end of the month creeping up. Except I'm still going to win NaNoWriMo, so the tone might be a little different. Anyways, those are still coming, but I do think that I'm trying to focus more on how can I integrate myself better into the BookTube community. What kind of content and videos can I make that's kind of my style, but inspired by what's out there already. And so anyway, I just wanted to share with you some of the things that I'm trying to become a better booktuber. The first thing is actually something that was suggested to me by one of my friends over in the Discord community, which was to learn Reddit a lot better. I've found that at least with book reviews, if you just make a book review and stick it out and make it public, nobody finds it. But there are subreddits for types of books, types of literature, or even specific to authors. And so finding those subreddits and just sticking your link out there and seeing what people think it's an incredibly convenient way of getting views. I don't think I've gotten a lot of subscribers off of that, but at least it's getting views, a couple of comments. People are actually seeing the fruits of my labors, my hours of work, scripting and recording and editing and uploading. My upload times are horrible. So I want to look more into learning Reddit and navigating Reddit a little bit better, because I think that would be beneficial for all the book review type videos. I've been watching a lot of booktubers myself. Prior to getting into BookTube and prior to starting this channel, I wasn't a huge BookTube viewer or fan. I knew of it. I had subscribed to a couple of booktubers, but I didn't really understand a lot of the trends, the types of videos. I knew kind of what a TBR was, but you know, I mostly knew of them because of the NaNoWriMo type videos that some booktubers had done. And mostly my world revolved around actually reading and actually writing rather than recording videos about such things, and you know, work and school and other stuff. And so just trying to kind of cherry pick from a number of different creators and seeing what do I like, what I don't like, what I want to not copy but be inspired by. Another thing that I'm working on right now is trying to come up with sort of a general template or format for my future book reviews. I felt like the 3 or 4 book reviews that I've done so far were fairly rambly and, well, to say the least. I feel like I could tighten them up, at least in the format, make them a lot more engaging, a lot more entertaining, and a lot more fun to watch in general. And I think by doing something more similar to kind of like a tag, you know, where you have basically your questions and you just kind of go through and answer them and talk about the book, I think I can do a lot better in terms of my book review videos that I want to do. Lastly, I already talked about this, but collabs. You know, I'd like to explore more collabs and see where those go. I'd like to, you know, build some friendships through that and to kind of be more integrated and part of the community in that way. For now, I'm a little busy with NaNoWriMo, but we'll see where those go in December and January in coming months. So those are just some of my thoughts on my experiences over the last couple of weeks. You know, I've only just started this journey of you know, starting a new channel and joining a new community. Let me know your thoughts. If you're a YouTube veteran and you have some suggestions for me, let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe, share, etc. And I will see you all next time in another video.